Hey class, thank you for joining me on the live stream this afternoon. It was great to see all of you. Please stay home, stay safe during remote learning. For those of you who missed the lesson, I'm going to do a quick review so that you can still do all of your work. So let's get right to it. If we look, we are still in our unit for similarity, okay? So we're still going to be talking about ratios and proportions today. And as a review, proportions are when two ratios are equal. Okay. Your example is where you have 2/3 is equal to 10 over 15. This is a proportion because 2 over 3 is equal to 10 over 15. How do I know that? If I divide 10 by 5 and 15 by 5, I'm going to get 2 and 3 respectively. Okay, so two equal ratios. Now, what we're going to talk about today is when we have a proportion and there's a variable in the numerator or the denominator, how do I solve for that variable? We're going to be using a property today in order to learn that, okay? And that property is called the cross products property. So in a proportion, right, if you take the numerator of the first ratio and multiply by the denominator of the second ratio of the proportion, and you take the denominator of the first ratio and you multiply it by the numerator of the second ratio, those two products are equal, okay? So when I have 2/3 is equal to 4/6, right? You can see an example, 2 times 6 is equal to 12, and 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Now, how am I going to apply that to when I solve for proportions, okay? So if I have this proportion, I'm like, okay, 5 over 10 is equal to x over 16, right? And I want to know, okay, what is x? Okay. Now, the way they did this is a little slow. I technically would change this to 1/2, but this is the way your book does it, okay? So here, what we do is we take 5 times 16, right, is equal to 10 times x, right? Numerator times the denominator, denominator times numerator, and we set them equal to each other because they're equal according to the cross product property. When we multiply them, what I get is 80 is equal to 10x. When I divide both sides by 10, I get 8 is equal to x, and bada bing, bada boom, I have my value for x. Okay? Example 2. When I look at this example, right, I'm going to multiply my y by my 1 by my 3y, and then my 2 by my y plus 1. Okay? And then so what I get is 3y is equal to 2y plus 2. And when I subtract 2y from both sides, I get y is equal to 2. And there is my answer for y. Okay? My value of y. All right. So let's look at a real world problem. Okay? As part of an environmental study, you need to estimate the number of trees in a 150-acre area. You count 270 trees in a 2-acre area, and you notice that the trees seem to be evenly distributed. Estimate the total number of trees. Okay? Well, since you know that the trees are evenly distributed, then you know that the ratio of trees for the 2-acre area is going to be the same as for the 150-acre area. So that's how you know that you can set up a proportion. 270 over 2 is equal to n over 150. Okay? When you cross multiply here, you get 270 times 150 is equal to 2 times n. And then you get 20,250 is equal to n. Okay, once you divide both sides by 2. Okay, so there are approximately 20,250 trees within the 150-acre area. Okay. Now, hopefully that wasn't too fast. Please leave feedback on these videos. If I'm going too fast or if I'm going too slow, please let me know. I'm trying to keep the videos short So just please rewatch it. During class you can ask questions and I can answer questions, but since it's a video, we can't do that. Okay. So yeah, just ask any questions in within classroom. Last thing I want to mention is you do have homework. Your homework is these 4 problems. Okay. So if the PowerPoint is already on Google Classroom, please submit these before Friday. All right. Um, that is all. Have a great day. Stay safe. Miss you all.